Hi there, it's Jeff from RV Parenting, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I do to earn a full-time income for our family. Now, truth be told, we don't live in our RV full-time. We do travel in it extensively, but we also have a house that we maintain as well. But we don't have day jobs. The work that we do, we can do here at the house, we can do in our RV. Doesn't matter. We can do it from other countries, you name it. As long as we have Wi-Fi, we're able to work and make an income. And that's what we're breaking down for you in this video. I'm going to show you exactly step by step what I do, but I'm also going to describe what other people do as well, because the way that we do it, it's not the only way you can do it. So what are the ways that you can earn a living while traveling, either full-time or part-time? Well, blogging is one key way, and that's probably what we do that is the most lucrative. But you can also start YouTube channels. YouTube channels often aren't as lucrative as blogging, but they can get to a level of success faster than blogging, and I'll explain more about that in a minute. Then also people build websites. And there's two different things that you can do here. One is you can just look for local businesses in your area that either don't have a website or have a terrible one. You know, the kind where you have to use your fingers to blow it up on your phone because it looks like it was built in 1998. And you can either call them up and say, hey, I see that you either don't have a website or you have a website that really looks like it could use updating. I really think you could get a lot more business with a better looking website. I'd be happy to build that for you for $500 or whatever it is you want to charge. Some people charge thousands of dollars to build a website for businesses, but really that's kind of ridiculous. And I do want you to make money doing this. I don't want you to charge exorbitant gouging prices that are really unnecessary. So it's really not that hard to build a website if you've never done it, and you don't need to charge thousands of dollars to do a simple website for a local business. The other way that I've heard of that people do websites for businesses is they will, in a kind of a medium-sized town, not too big, not too small, they will look for search terms such as plumber in San Marcos. We live close to San Marcos, Texas. They might search plumber in San Marcos, Texas, and see what comes up. And if the top results are not very good, they're not from big, well-known, reputable plumbers, then what they might do is they might create a website about plumbing in San Marcos. And they might write a few articles on there that address issues that might be specific to plumbing needs in San Marcos. And then over a little bit of time, they'll get traffic to that website that is potentially valuable to plumbers in that area. And you could either then sell the entire website to one of those plumbers, or you could sell them advertising space to get in front of the people that are now coming to your website. So those are two different ways that I've heard of that people will sell websites to small businesses. The last thing that people do is sell on Amazon. And there's really two different ways that you can do that. One that I've heard of that I've never done is people will go and shop the clearance shelves at places like Walmart or Target and then ship those things to an Amazon warehouse and then in turn resell them on Amazon, hopefully trying to buy something for $1 or $2 that you can sell for $5 or $10 or maybe more. So I have definitely heard of people doing that. The other thing that is becoming more common is people will buy things in bulk from a company called Alibaba. They also have a more consumer-friendly version called AliExpress. And they're basically a broker that finds manufacturers, often in China, who will make things for you for cheap in bulk, ship it to you, and then you in turn ship it to Amazon and sell it. Maybe it's garlic presses that you buy for 50 cents that you turn around and sell on Amazon for 15 bucks. So you can make a lot of money doing that. People do make a lot of money doing that. The only thing I don't like about the Amazon approach is it requires more physical effort on your part in terms of going places and shipping things and things like that. So now I want to show you exactly what my wife and I do to pay the bills on our end that allow us the freedom and the flexibility to not be tied to a day job. We don't work for anybody else. We can work anywhere on the beach in Costa Rica, in our RV traveling around the country, or here at the house. So let's move to my computer now and I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Okay, now we're here at my computer. You can see one of the websites that we run This is our RV parenting website that kind of corresponds to this YouTube channel. So we have 6 websites as of right now and 2 YouTube channels. So far, this YouTube channel for RV parenting doesn't earn us any money yet. It takes a little bit of time to get off the ground, and a space like RVing is pretty competitive on YouTube, so it may take us a while to make any money with this channel. The other channel that we have on YouTube is called Hot Tub Owner, and I also have a corresponding website to that YouTube channel as well, and that one, as the name implies, is all about hot tubs. That one took off pretty quickly and is fairly successful. Just off of YouTube ads, that YouTube channel gets about $600 a month. And then on top of that, I sometimes recommend products on Amazon in the videos. And so my Amazon sales are often at least $600 a month for that channel. So all told, that one makes over $1,000 a month, which is pretty good. It's not even a year old yet. I started that channel in April of 2020. The websites, though, earn a lot more than that. I mentioned earlier something about, YouTubing and blogging, and blogging, I feel like, is probably going to be the more lucrative route, but it also takes longer. On average, the moment you write an article on a website, it's going to take Google at least 8 months before it recognizes your article and does what they call indexing it, which means they have kind of evaluate it and determine where it's going to rank. I just published an article today on the website, is how cold can it get before I have to winterize my camper? And I just published that today. And if you Google that exact term or something similar to that, you're going to see some results that come up in the search results. And hopefully 8 months from now, mine will be number 1, maybe number 2, number 3, somewhere in there is what I want. But it's going to take months to get there. And the only time it doesn't take months is if there's absolutely nothing already ranking for the term that you write. And that's getting rarer and harder to find these days. So YouTubing is quicker, especially if you pick the right niche, which is like the category of things that you're talking about, and you're decent on camera, then it can be quicker. I started making money with my hot tub YouTube channel after probably 3 or 4 months of doing it. You're not going to have that level of success with blogging. So it kind of depends on which route you want to take. YouTubing is faster at earning money, but I think in the long run, blogging will earn you more. It just depends. It also depends on what you like to do. Are you comfortable being on camera? Or would you rather kind of stay behind the scenes and just type on a keyboard? Either way works, and in our case, obviously, we do both. And we've seen success in both. I do want to spend more time, though, talking about blogging because I do like that a little bit better, and I do find it to be more lucrative. We earn well into the 6 figures annually doing blogging and YouTubing, and I would say it's probably a 70-30 breakdown. 70% of that comes from blogging and 30% comes from YouTubing. Over time, that may shift as the YouTube channel grows. Obviously, with YouTube, you've got subscribers and likes and things like that, and those things grow over time, and the more people that see your videos, the more money you're going to make. With blogging, it takes about 8 months to hit your stride with one article. But once you've hit that stride, it's not going to vary wildly from what traffic levels you're getting. In other words, how many people a month are coming to that article. Once you've hit the 8th month mark, it's not going to vary wildly on that unless there's some sort of trend or spike that you happen to be in the right position for to take advantage of. But generally speaking, the number of people that come to an article is going to stay the same once you hit that peak. And YouTubing just isn't like that. But I want to show you kind of like what we do specifically on websites to kind of get traffic. Because you have to get traffic to a website if you're going to make money. And then once you have traffic to a website, you can put ads on your website. And ads really are where most people that run websites make the bulk of their money. You can also recommend products on Amazon and become what they call an affiliate to sell Amazon products and make a commission. Amazon doesn't pay much. 3 or 4% is about the average right now, and that's been steadily going down for years, so it may go even lower than that over time. But you can definitely make money recommending products on Amazon in your blog posts or on YouTube and make money that way. And Amazon's not the only affiliate you can sign up to be a member for. If you can think of a big company in the United States right now, chances are they have an affiliate program, whether that's Walmart or Target, or, I have a Traeger grill, so I became an affiliate for Traeger, and I have a different website that's more about kitchen gear and cooking, and I recommend Traeger sometimes on there, and I make money recommending Traeger, which is pretty cool. It's something I own, something I like, and something I'm proud to recommend. I would caution you about recommending products just for the sake of making money. Always put helping people as number one. That should always be your goal with anything. If you make making money your number one goal, it may work, but it's probably not going to work well over time. And at the very least, it probably would have worked better if helping people was your number one goal first, and then making money comes as a natural result of that. So anyway, I want to kind of give you an idea of what I do. So with this article, how cold can it get before I have to winterize my camper? The first thing I would do before I wrote this article would be to see, first of all, if I'm just going to go to Google in an incognito window. The first thing I want to do is see if people are actually searching for that. So how cold does it have, got to spell it right, have to get before I winterize my camper? And you see that that is something that Google auto suggests. That's the first step. You want Google to auto suggest the thing that you want to write about, because that tells you that people are searching for it. If no one's searching for it, you could write the greatest article in the world and no one's ever going to find it. And so you're going to be wasting your time. The next thing you do, once you've verified through Google auto suggest that someone is indeed searching for this, is go ahead and click on the results and see what the results look like. In this case, the first thing that comes up is a forum result from 2017. Right out of the gate, that looks pretty good to me. Forums are usually kind of outdated looking. Yeah, see, this looks easy to beat with a well-written, thorough, and somewhat lengthy article. Forums generally are kind of like the bottom of the barrel. They're not going to be terribly good results in the eyes of Google. Google's just having this as the top result because there's nothing better out there. So if you come along and write something better than that, Google is going to naturally push yours to the top. So those are the two steps that you have to figure out with every single article that you write. The next thing I want to let you know is that generally speaking, you're going to get somewhere between $20 and $40, maybe $50 at most per month per article that you publish on a website. And again, you're not going to get that until the article's at least 8 months old. So somewhere between $20 to $50 a month. Let's say 30, just to kind of talk round numbers. Let me open up a calculator here. So if you're earning $30 a month per article, how many articles do you need to have to make, say, $5,000 a month? Well, we're going to divide 5,000 by 30. And you're going to need 166 articles on your website to get that. So again, this isn't instant get-rich-quick scheme. You're going to have to write 166 articles and have the average of those articles be about 1,000 people coming to that article per month. That's my sites generally do a little bit better than that, but you want about 1,000 people a month to come to your website's articles on average per article, and then you want it to be built basically to earn an average of $30 a month per article. So to get that, you have to have 166 articles. That's going to take you a little bit of time. So bear that in mind when you're deciding to jump into building a website. The next thing you can do, and I do this now at this point, but I didn't do it when I was first starting out, is you can hire writers to write articles for you to speed that process up. What I don't want you to do, though, is to just pick a topic that you don't know anything about, and I don't want you to hire writers right out of the gate. I want you to write the first 30 articles so that you get a good feel for writing those articles, and that'll help you to be able to better evaluate the quality of the articles that are being written for you when you do hire out writers. I mentioned I don't want you to pick a topic that you don't know anything about, because I want you to be interested in it. You don't have to be an expert. I'm not an expert at RVs. I do own an RV and I've rented an RV several times, but I'm not an expert. I'm still learning, but I'm writing and YouTubing about the things that we're learning as we go. So if somebody out there in YouTube land is a passionate RVer, they've owned them for years, they know everything there is to know about RVs, my channel and my website's not really for them. And they're gonna come there and think that I'm some bozo that doesn't really know that much. But somebody who just bought an RV or somebody who's considering buying one is perfect for either of our channels, because we know a little bit more than they do. And that's exactly what you want for your website or your YouTube channel, is you want to know something about it and be learning about it, but you don't have to be an expert, but you want your channel to be geared towards people who know a little bit less than you do. That's going to be the perfect fit. I will say that there's a blogging and YouTubing course that I bought called Project 24, developed by the YouTube channel guys that are on the channel Income School. And I've started following them in December 2018, bought the course in April of 2019. And so obviously I've been doing it for a couple of years now. But at the time when I purchased the course, I think we were making about $2,000 a month from our websites. We hadn't started a YouTube channel yet. And that seems pretty good to a lot of people. However, we're now probably 10 times that. And a lot of that success is due to what I learned in Project 24. Both, again, they have a blogging course and a YouTubing course, and they're constantly adding new courses and updating old courses and things like that. So I don't want you to think that everything I just mentioned to you is my own invention. It's not. I've learned a lot along the way before I joined Project 24, but I've learned a lot from Project 24. And so I do want to recommend, if you're serious about YouTubing or blogging, I do want to recommend you consider purchasing Project 24, because that is really what made all the difference for me. I was able to quit my job in September of 2020, my day job, and do this full time. And I know had I bought Project 24 earlier, I could have done that much earlier. And I know you can do it too. So I am going to put an affiliate link for Project 24 down in the description below. I do want you to check it out. But at the very least, check out the videos on the Income School channel. If you can't afford to buy their course right now, their videos will definitely help you. Now with YouTubing is a little bit different. And if you've watched any large amount of YouTube videos, you're going to know what I'm talking about here. And the difference is that oftentimes on your feed, you'll see videos that are suggested for you. And they're not necessarily people that you subscribe to. They're not necessarily even on topics that you thought you were coming to YouTube to find. They're just things that YouTube thinks you'll find interesting. And because of that, because Google doesn't do that at all in the blogging world. So because of that, on YouTube, your videos don't have to follow that same system that your blog posts should. You can make videos like, on this channel, for instance, our YouTube channel, we plan to do a series of videos about the most fun family games that we like to play when we're traveling in our RV with our kids. And that would be a hard article to write for a website. But on YouTube, it's a great thing. If you go to a channel like Mr. Beast, for instance, let's look at his channel. Right now we're looking at mine, or ours, but let's look at Mr. Beast. He's one of the most popular YouTubers out there, millions of subscribers. Let's look at some of his videos. So you can see he's kind of all over the place here. He's got a kid staring at a credit card. I ate $100,000 golden ice cream. I don't even know what that's about. But his video thumbnails look interesting and enticing. Steal this $100,000 diamond, you keep it. Obviously that looks like he's going to go through some sort of, Tom Cruise looking obstacle course to get to a diamond, and we're going to watch and see if he's able to do it. So these are all kind of interesting things, my 3-year-old likes to watch funny cat videos. This is the adult equivalent of that. So you can do a lot more stuff like that in YouTube that you can't do in writing articles on a website. But I will say that the YouTube search bar here does work exactly the same way as Google in terms of the auto-suggest. You can see it just typing in Mr. Beast, it comes up with all of these things. So you can definitely get ideas about what videos to make based on what shows up here. And you can also go to other people's channels that are in the same niche that you're in. Let's see, like, for instance, we'll stay on Mr. Beast, even though that's not something that I would write about. We're on his videos tab already. I'm going to sort over here by most popular. And then I'm going to look for recent ones that are showing up here. The first one is from 2 years ago, but the next one is not even from 1 year ago and has 95 million views. I wouldn't recommend you actually look at a channel as large as his, but you can definitely look at channels that are bigger than what yours is, if you've even started one, just not crazy big, and then sort by popularity and kind of get a feel for what really hit it out of the park on their channel. Don't copy their titles or their thumbnails or anything like that, but it'll give you an idea of what kinds of things to make videos about that worked really well for them. And you can just kind of do your own version of that, putting it into your own words, your own titles, your own thumbnails, that kind of thing. But that's a great way to go about it with YouTube. Again, everything that I've learned about YouTube has come from Project 24. Not everything I've learned about blogging has. But Project 24 is definitely the best system out there. This is especially true if you're used to seeing YouTube ads or ads elsewhere for people that look really scammy or spammy, suggesting tactics that seem, like, yeah, I don't know if that's really me, or I don't even know if that's really legit. Seems kind of, questionable. Or, I want you to get a bunch of affiliate links from ClickBank and go spam a bunch of Facebook groups with it. This isn't like that. In fact, this is the polar opposite of that. So if you want a system that you can learn and implement either on YouTube or blogging or both, that won't it ever make you feel scammy or spammy, won't make you feel questionable about what you're doing, Project 24, again, is the way to go. And again, I'm going to put a link to it down below in the description if you want to check it out. But that's what we do to earn a six-figure income that we can do on the road from anywhere. We can fly to Costa Rica and be on the beach, and I can be on my laptop making money. We can do it in the RV, traveling around the country, which is what we did last October. We were gone for a whole month, and the work didn't stop. I even was interviewed on a YouTube channel while we were in our RV. I did an interview while we were gone. I just have a little microphone like that and I'm good to go. But if you're not doing YouTubing, you don't even need a microphone like that. In fact, the microphone I have right now was $15 on Amazon. I think the light was $30 and the tripod was maybe $15. And I'm using my cell phone to record it. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get started on YouTube. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get started on a website either. Hosting is going to be the big thing, and that's, going to be somewhere between $5 and $10 a month when you're starting out. Then you'll need a theme for your website, which can be free to begin with, or you can pay for one. These days, I pay for the one that Income School provides. It's provided to me through their course. In other words, I get it for free because I pay them an annual recurring membership. But you can buy it outright as well. I just like the way that it looks. It's simple, it's clean, it looks great, and it's fast on Google because page speed is a factor for Google in terms of how well they're going to rank your website. But I like it. Check out Income School. If you have questions, want more specifics, leave me some comments down below. Let me know what you'd like to see. I'm also going to link to a different video that I did that shows you the back end of Project 24. I'm going to link to that at the end. I did that on my hot tub YouTube channel, but it applies just as easily to what we're talking about here. I'm going to provide a link to that down below, but you'll also see a card for it at the end of this video. But if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It sends a great message to YouTube, tells us to do more of this kind of content. But with that, I'll see you in the next video.